Welcome back to Navigating Senior Care with Stella, Episode 9. I'm Stella Williams, Senior Advocate and founder of Williams Senior Transition Services here in Austin, Texas. If this is your first time here, welcome to a space where we talk about the realities of caregiving, the beautiful, the brutal, and everything in between. Today's episode is one I've been both excited and nervous to record. We're talking about the sandwich generation. Those of us caught between raising our kids and caring for our aging parents. And let me tell you, it's not just about being squeezed, it's about learning to be present in both worlds without losing yourself in the process. I'm going to share my story with my son Jaden, talk about what it's really like to care for a parent at home while raising a child, and give you practical strategies that have kept me sane. Well, mostly sane. Before we dive into my personal story, let's talk about what sandwich generation actually means. Because if you're living it, you probably don't need a definition. But if you're listening because you're worried this might be your future, let me paint the picture. The sandwich generation refers to adults, typically in their 30s, 40s, or 50s, who are simultaneously raising their own children or supporting young adult kids and caring for aging parents who need help. You literally sandwich between two generations, both needing your time, energy, money, and emotional bandwidth. The statistics are staggering. According to recent studies, nearly half of adults in their 40s and 50s have a parent aged 65 or older and are either raising a young child or financially supporting a grown child. That's millions of people juggling both roles. But here's what makes it even more complex. We're living longer, which means our parents need care for more years. We're having kids later, which means we're still actively parenting when our parents decline. The cost of both childcare and senior care is astronomical. Many of us are trying to build careers, save for retirement, and handle both generations' needs. The three types of pressure: time pressure, there literally aren't enough hours in the day for work, your kids' activities, parent appointments, household management, and oh yeah, maybe sleep. There's financial pressure. You're paying for your kids' needs while also potentially covering parents' medical bills, care costs, or even supporting them financially. There's emotional pressure, the guilt, the worry, the grief of watching your parent decline while trying to be present for your kids' milestones. And here's what nobody warned you about: this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. For some of us, it lasts years, even decades. You're not just handling a crisis, you're reconstructing your entire life around being needed by everyone all the time. So when I talk about being part of the sandwich generation with Jaden, understand this isn't about occasionally helping mom with groceries while raising a teenager. This is about fundamentally reshaping every aspect of life to care for both generations simultaneously. And if your parent lives in the same house with you, like mine does, that's a whole other level we're about to explore. Jaden was 14 when mom was battling cancer and declining with dementia. She's been home this entire journey. And let me be honest with you, caring for a parent with dementia in your home while raising a child is a whole different level of sandwich generation pressure. The reality nobody talks about: when your parent is in a facility, you can leave. You can go home, decompress, be present with your kids in your own space. But when your parent lives with you, there's no separation. There's no going home. Home is the care facility, the family hub, and everything in between. The turning point? I'll never forget the day Jaden said to me, "Mom, it's okay. If you need to help grandma right now, I understand." He was being so mature, so understanding, but in that moment, I realized something terrifying. My son was learning that his needs should always come second. That wasn't the lesson I wanted to teach him. He was growing up in a house where grandma's needs often interrupted dinner, homework, conversations. We had to be quieter because of mom's sensitivity to noise. His friends couldn't always come over because we never knew what kind of day grandma was having. His mom was perpetually exhausted even when sitting right next to him. What I learned the hard way: 1. Kids need age appropriate honesty. I started including Jaden in appropriate conversations, not the heavy medical details, but the reality that Grandma's brain was changing and we needed to be patient and adapt. He needed to understand what was happening, not just live with a constant disruption. 2. Protecting normal moments. I had a fight to create pockets of normalcy for Jaden. His bedroom became his sanctuary. Grandma didn't go in there. Certain times were just for us, even if it meant hiring help for a few hours. He needed to still feel like a kid in his own home. 3. Quality over quantity. I couldn't be everywhere at once, but when I was with Jaden, truly present, not just physically in the same room while mentally tracking mom, those moments mattered more than anything. 4. They're watching and learning everything. Everything I did showed Jaden what it means to honor your family, to show up even when it's hard, to find strength in the struggle. But I also had to show him it was okay to have feelings about it, to be frustrated, to need breaks, to ask for what you need. Those are lessons too. The daily motivations, I started sending Jaden daily motivational messages. At first, it was just to make sure he knew I was thinking about him, even when I was in crisis mode with my mom. But it became so much more. It became our connection point, our daily I see you, I love you, you matter moment that nothing could interrupt. Even on days when I couldn't give him my full attention, he got that message. He knew he wasn't forgotten. The real talk. Was it hard? Absolutely. Did I cry in my car more times than I can count? Yes. Did I sometimes resent the situation? Yes. I'd be lying if I said no. Did I sometimes feel like I was failing both of them? Daily. But here's what I want you to hear. Feeling overwhelmed doesn't make you a bad parent or a bad child. It makes you human. And choosing to care for your parent at home while raising kids doesn't make you a hero or a martyr. It makes you someone who's doing the best they can with the hand they were dealt. Let's talk about what nobody tells you about being a sandwich generation caregiver when your parent lives in the same home. The space shift. Your home stops being just your home. It becomes a medical facility. Medications, equipment, doctor coordination, a memory care unit, safety modifications, constant supervision, a daycare center, planning activities, managing behaviors, and still trying to be a normal family home. For us, that meant childproofing turned into grandma proofing, locks on cabinets, removing hazards, the living room layout changed to accommodate mom's needs. Meal planning became complicated. What Jaden wanted, what mom could eat, what I had energy to make. Privacy became a luxury we had to schedule. The financial reality, caring for mom at home meant I couldn't work traditional hours because she couldn't be alone. We needed occasional respite care, which isn't cheap. Home modifications and supplies added up. I was building a business around caregiving instead of building a business, period. But facilities are expensive too. I ran the numbers constantly. Were we making the right choice? Could we afford to keep her home? Could we afford not to? As a senior advocate, I help families navigate these exact decisions every day, and I tell you, there is no one size fits all answers. Every family has to weigh their own financial reality, emotional capacity, and practical limitations. The emotional toll, here's what I didn't expect: the isolation. When you're caring for someone at home, you can't just leave for social events, girls' night, or even quick errands without planning and coordination. You become isolated, not by choice, but by circumstance. And your kids, they experience a different kind of childhood. Jaden learned patience way before he should have had to. He learned to be quiet when grandma was having a hard day. He learned to be flexible when plans changed because of mom's needs. He grew up faster than I wanted him to. The guilt cycle. This is the part that nearly broke me. Guilt when I focused on Jaden and heard mom calling for me. Guilt when I focused on mom and saw Jaden waiting patiently for my attention. Guilt when I took time for myself because both needed me. Guilt when I was exhausted from taking care of everyone and had nothing left. The guilt was relentless. It still is sometimes. What actually helped? One, creating physical boundaries even in a small space. We designed areas. Jaden's room was his. Moms had her space. We had family space. This helped everyone feel like they had some territory of their own. Respite care without apology, I had to learn that asking for help wasn't weakness. Having someone come stay with mom so I could take Jaden to his game wasn't selfish. It was necessary. 3, being honest with Jaden. Mom is having a hard day, so we need to be extra patient. I know this is hard for you too. It's okay to feel frustrated. Validation helped him process his own feelings. 4, celebrating small wins. We had dinner together tonight. Win. Jaden got my full attention for 30 minutes. Win. Mom had a good day. Win. I needed to celebrate the small stuff because some days that's all there is. 5, letting go of perfect. The house isn't magazine ready. Dinner is sometimes takeout. We don't do everything other families do, and that's okay. We're doing what our family needs to survive and thrive. The unexpected gifts. Despite everything, there were gifts in this journey. Jaden developed empathy and compassion beyond his years. He has memories of his grandma, even in her decline. He learned what showing up really means. He saw me vulnerable, struggling, and persevering, and that's a powerful lesson. Our bond deepened because we're weathering this storm together. Okay, enough of the heavy stuff. Let's talk about practical strategies that have kept me functional. As a senior advocate working with families every day through Williams Senior Transition Services, these are the strategies I recommend and the ones I've personally lived. 1. Create non negotiable time blocks. Jaden gets dedicated time, no exception unless true emergency. During Jaden time, mom's caregiver handles things or we're strategic about when these blocks happen. This isn't negotiable, it's survival. 2. Build your support network before you need it. Identify who can help with what, and I mean specifically. Who can sit with mom for an hour? Who can pick up Jaden from school? Who can bring dinner? Don't wait until you're drowning to ask for help. If you need help building this network, that's exactly what I do at Williams Senior Transition Services. I help families coordinate care and find resources. 3. Use technology strategically. Shared calendars so Jaden knows the schedule. Medication management apps for mom. Those daily text messages to Jaden are non-negotiable connection point. Baby monitors or cameras if needed for mom's safety. 4. Teach your kids to be part of the solution. Age appropriately. Jaden isn't responsible for grandma, but he can help in small ways. This builds empathy and life skills. Examples: understanding when plans change, being patient when needed, helping with simple tasks, but never making them the caregiver. 5. Guard your physical health like your life depends on it, because it does, and so does your family. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. Even 15 minutes of movement makes a difference. 6. Financial planning is crucial. Be realistic about the cost at home care versus facility care. Track what you're actually spending. It adds up faster than you think. Investigate resources. We'll cover this in detail in episode 13. Don't sacrifice your kids' future or your retirement for lack of planning. This is one area where working with a senior advocate can save you thousands. We know the resources and programs that can help. 7. Give yourself permission to feel it all. Sadness watching your parent decline, joy in your kid's milestone, resentment at the situation, gratitude for being able to help, love and frustration at the same time. All of these can coexist, and that's okay. 8. Know when to reassess. At home care isn't a forever commitment if it stops working. Your child's well being matters. Your well being matters. It's okay to change course if the situation becomes unsustainable. That's not failure, that's wisdom. If you're struggling with any of these decisions and need guidance, that's literally what I do every day. You can reach out to me at Williams Senior Transition Services and we can talk about what options make sense for your specific situation. Jaden, if you ever listen to this episode, and you probably will at some point, you were never a burden during this journey. Every adjustment we made, every plan that changed, every time I had to divide my attention, that wasn't you losing out. That was you learning lessons that will serve you for life. I'm sorry for all the times I was distracted, the events I missed, the moments my exhaustion spilled over onto you. I'm sorry your childhood was complicated by grandma's needs. I'm sorry you had to grow up a little faster than what I would have chosen for you, but I'm not sorry for teaching you that family shows up, that we care for those who cared for us, that love is a verb, not just a feeling, that sacrifice and services, are part of what makes us who we are. You made this journey easier, not harder. Your maturity, your understanding, your willingness to adapt, the grace you showed your grandma on her hard days, these showed me that I was doing something right, even when it felt like I was failing. Son, I hope you never have to be part of the sandwich generation, but if you are, you'll know you can do the hard things. You watch me do them, and more importantly, you know it's okay to ask for help, to set boundaries, and to take care of yourself while taking care of others. The daily messages I send you, those aren't just motivations. They're my promise that no matter how divided my attention gets, you are always in my heart and on my mind. You are never forgotten. You are never less important, and you are everything. Forever proud of you, mijo. Love you more than words can express. Love you, papas. If you're listening to this and you're in the sandwich generation, especially if you're caring for a parent at home while raising kids, I see you. I really see you. I know you're tired. I know you feel guilty no matter what choice you make. I know you're wondering if you're doing enough, being enough, surviving enough. I know you're questioning if keeping them home is the right choice, or if you're being selfish, or if you're harming your kids in the process. You are doing better than you think. This season is temporary. Your kids are watching you navigate impossible situations with grace, even when you don't feel graceful. Your parent is experiencing dignity because you showed up, and you're building resilience and character in yourself that will serve you for the rest of your life. 3 takeaways. You can honor both generations without losing yourself, but it requires intentional boundaries and releasing guilt. Quality presence beats quantity presence every single time. 10 focus minutes matters more than 2 distracted hours. Teaching your kids about sacrifice and family responsibility is a gift, not a burden. They're learning what love looks like in action. In the next episode, next time we're talking about residential care homes, the hidden gem of senior care that most people don't even know exists. These smaller home-like settings might be exactly what your family needs, and I'm going to break down everything you need to know. Until then, give yourself grace. You're doing better than you think. And to all the kids growing up in sandwich generation households, you're resilient, you're loved, and your feelings are valid. If you need help navigating senior care decisions, you can reach out to me at 737-389-2130, or you can email me at stella@stellawilliamstx.com. I'm Stella Hara Williams, Senior Advocate, and this is Navigating Care with Stella. Take care of yourself so you can take care of everyone else. Have a blessed day.